2007, prior to developing the stock confinement facility, the property was quite windswept, the soils were compacted, we'd had a lot of trash blowing up against the fences, and our pastures were suffering, and we had some worn out old weed infested pastures as well. We knew we had to somehow restrict the stock from the paddocks to get our pastures established. A facility like this offered us the perfect solution to implement our plan for the future. Because a round bale sheds the water on the top, they eat it from the bottom, so regardless of how much rain you have, it never really spoils the hay. So you put that across like that, and you feed a bale in either end, like 2 round bales or 1 big square bale, and then of course put it all back. Essentially, the layout of the stock confinement facility works really well. It's close to amenities, it's out of sight of where we live, but it's nearby, so we're close at hand when you do have stock in the facility. With the original planning, we're talking about putting in a header tank for water, because we're worried up on this hill up here, we're worried about the supply, having plentiful supply of water, because you need volume quickly. What we did is, instead, we built a whole new tank for the property, like over the other side of the house, so we got more volume and put in new piping, so we got more pressure. So that alleviated the problem that we had before. By including the stock management facility in our overall farm program, we've been able to look after our pastures, graze them when we want to graze them, not when we have to graze them, establish a wide variety of species, some grass-based pastures, some perennial lucerne clover mixes. And when you want to take stock off them, you can, you have options. And that leads to a more profitable outcome. Yeah, well, the trees were included as part of the facility, one as a shelter belt, because a lot of our weather comes from the southwest, but also for the runoff from these feeding pens runs into there, and it's like a natural fertiliser into that shelter belt. Currently, it's less stressful running the business because we have more control over our management strategies. So I'd encourage anybody who's thinking about a change to contact the LLS because it's really turned our business around. Everywhere I look, where they've been involved, it's a brighter future.